Hi, it's Andy Filipiuk in Toronto for the week of May the 24th. Last week I saw an article talking about Stefan Pozsar of Credit Suisse. Now, Pozsar worked at the Federal Reserve before this job, and he was kind of the repo guru, or the guy at the Fed who really understood how the plumbing works. So he's a very well-respected Wall Street analyst, and his comments are quite interesting and help explain what we're seeing now. Basically, Pozsar believes that the only way for the Federal Reserve to get inflation down is not only tightening credit, which they're doing, but also reversing the wealth effect. In short, driving real estate stocks and bond prices down so that consumers effectively feel less wealthy and spend less. Because right now the inflation problem is a combination of supply chain caused by the war in Ukraine and also the COVID lockdowns, but also on the demand side from all of the credit that was created to help offset the COVID slowdown. So this is a real change for what market observers have seen over the last 40 years. Effectively, when the Fed stepped in, it was always to lower rates to try to drive the wealth effect higher to create economic growth. Now, because of the high inflation, the Fed is no longer your friend and is actually working against you. And this really helps explain just the market sell-off we've seen since the beginning of this year. I also showed some numbers from Jim Bianco of Bianco Research, another Fed watcher I follow closely, and he explains the inflation at 8% is effectively 3% from the demand increase, 2% from the natural banking inflation that the Fed and the banking system creates, and 3% from the supply shortages. The Fed has no control over the supply shortages, so they're really going to hammer demand, which means we could be seeing this type of market for a while. And the evidence is such that we're now seeing tremendous shock to the system where large retailers such as Walmart and Target are in their numbers showing just how painful and how destructive to their margins this higher inflation is. So I think we can all expect tough markets going forward until the Fed gets the desired effect, which is to drop inflation lower. One last point, Scott Minerd of Guggenheim Partners last week commented that since the 1930s, the Fed has never been able to reduce inflation by 2% without causing a recession. So caution here is definitely warranted. Thanks for watching.